And we're live. Facial hair looking especially crazy today. Coming in nicely though. The sides. Yeah, not much going on the sides. That's okay. Yeah. Rudy,
My sunglasses.
you missing your sunglasses?
I know I took them to San Francisco, but
They in your car?
no.
Hmm. Shit, I need to take my fucking allergy medicine. Let's see if anybody even drops by.
Where are my sunglasses? It's so sunny outside. So I hope nobody steals my car. It's where I with my keys.
Alright, I'm freaking back. Had to help the wife with something. Help the wife with something. Feeling a little sniffly, man. I want to sneeze and my back all jacked up, that's for sure. I have a back pain this whole freaking month. And it finally just cascaded into waking up with brutal pain. Just brutal pain. Taking a little Legger right now. For the allergy juice, so I'll sneeze and re-throw it out. Freaking liver taking all kinds of hits today, dude. I'm on that ibuprofen. Shout out. Shout out to the goat. But I'm walking around a little better. I'm definitely waddling a little bit. But I'm mobile. And I'm thankful for that. Yeah, I've had like little murmurs of back pain this whole month. And I've been stretching, I've been freaking, doing some light lifting, hip hinges, squats, stuff make my hips and back feel good, get a little pump. And I was feeling better, much better after all that, so I decided to try some sandbag lifts. I think that was Saturday. It went well. I felt good after. Woke up next morning totally fine. I was super stoked and happy about that. And then I guess it was yesterday, yeah. So a few days later, I was doing some yard work and just like kind of bent over weird or something and felt like a slight like tweak. And I was like, I guess I don't know, I need to like stretch it out or something. So I was mowing the freaking ground, pushing a lawnmower, and that seemed to really help my hips and back feel better. And I was like, okay, I'm super warmed up now. Let me go ahead and try some like kettlebell movements. I need to like practice that, because I'm like trying to get a coaching certification under a friend of mine. He does a lot of kettlebell stuff, so I'm like, yeah, I need to practice some kettlebell swings, cleans, presses, etc. And even that went well. Felt good. It seemed to make my back feel better, actually. But then somewhere toward the end of that workout, I think it was when I was doing the double, like, cleaning jerk or whatever, I felt like a little something, a little tiny little tweak, similar to earlier that day when I was doing the yard work and picking things up. And I was like, well, I guess I'll stop here for, to be safe, start cooling down. And I could feel like a little bit of sciatica or like SI joint pain going on as I was kind of stretching, cooling down. But I was still able to move very well. I felt very mobile. I didn't really think anything of it. I was like, okay, cool. Well, I guess I'll just take it easy for a few days and maybe, foam roll tonight, which I did. Everything felt fine. Um, just was a little sore in that area, like low back area. Freaking go to bed. Wake up at like 3 a.m. Just severe pain. Like can barely, like I have to pee, but can barely get out of bed. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know? Fucking eventually, use the toilet, go back to bed, go back to sleep, wake up at like, 9. And I'm just like totally out of commission, dude. And I'm like, what the fuck? It took me, I think, like 4 separate attempts to get out of bed, which is just like, what the fuck? Like, I literally was able to lift yesterday. Now I can't lift my own body weight. So I don't know what I did. I must have aggravated some kind of like facet joint or something. What's up, Ren? Chandler, how's it going? Yeah, I must have aggravated like a facet joint or SI joint or something in my back. I could feel my QL felt a little strained as well. Yeah, I appreciate the like, man. Uh, so yeah, I just was like, well, here we go. So today I had to freaking take the day off. Missed out. I've been learning a little bit of Thai massage from a guy I know. Had to freaking text him, be like, not gonna make it. Literally can't sit down. Definitely can't drive. Same thing for a class, a group class I had later today, which would have been about right now. Where am I, Ren? I'm in my yard right now, but if you mean geographically, I'm in Athens, Georgia, in the United States of America. But anyway, I'm doing better. I was able to walk the dogs, though I gotta say, every step was like a shock of pain. But just moving, I think, helped things a little bit. Uh, I've been laying down and decompressing my spine by having my legs up on like a knee bolster, and that's been pretty decent. It's like 20, 30 minutes at a time. And I've been doing a couple of exercises, very light exercises that have helped me in the past. So I had a similar issue about a year ago, and it is a little discouraging that it's happening again a year later. But at least I know what to do and what helps. And I'm gonna share some of that now. I will need. Let me say, Rinsan. I'll need to gum butt. You're so kind of amazing. Oh, go butt. Gotcha. All right, man. Take it easy. Have a good one. God bless. Anyway, let me share a few things that help me, and maybe somebody will find it useful if they're in a similar situation. So one thing I've not really seen anywhere else that I discovered last year was this kind of setup. With a band, doing band assisted squats just to unlock the hips. Right now, my hip hinge is practically non-existent, right? Now, how am I gonna set up the camera is the question. I think I got an idea. I'll put y'all down for a second. I'll be right back. All right, here we are. So the band assisted squat is pretty good. Oop. I think the worst design flaw for Jurassic Park was the use of spinning arrows in the road signs. Yeah, I know, right? What a plot hole. Why does that even exist? It's like a Looney Tunes thing. I've thought about that too. Like, why would they have it spin like that? You know? Every other road sign I've seen in reality is just one piece. All right, so here's exercise one. Again, the assisted squat. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push down this band. Because right now I cannot squat, right? Back's all jacked up, all kinds of inflammation, low back and hips. I'm gonna show you like what I'm working with right now in terms of just body weight squat. I'll stop when I feel pain, which is like right here. So pretty measly. But with the assistance of a band and going pretty slow and kind of just pushing it down and pulling a little bit with my hip flexors, I can get deeper. So sorry for the ass shot here, but actually let me go ahead and move the camera. So you're not just looking at my ass. I wonder if this will be a good angle. Oh shit. Just dropping shit. Over here just dropping shit. Now what I can do is go down with my knees in front of my toes. Which is useful. At least my knees are still healthy. Hey, what's up, Nick? This might help you too, man. You can come back and look at these later. Let me read some of these first. Hammond said he spared no expense, that he was trying to save money on signage for the one-size-fits-all rotating arrow. Yeah, I know. What a fool! Alright, so here's the band assisted squat. I'm just going to push it down with straight arms. I'm going to keep my toes dead forward, okay? I'm not going to externally rotate, just dead forward because I want to stretch the glute tissue a little more. And I feel like when the toes are externally rotated, the glutes get tighter. So I go a little bit more than hip width apart, shrug my shoulders down, and just go nice and easy, trying to find my balance over the midfoot. And what do you know? I do have a pretty decent range of motion. And the acute effect of that, well, we'll see right now, but it should improve my bodyweight squat immediately. Which already that's deeper than it was. Yeah, that's a good 15-degree difference or so. So already we're unlocking the hips a little bit. Of course, I could do more reps of those, but I don't really care to right now. Let me show you number two. This is probably, I think these two are my favorite personally. It just gives some stability and strength back in the hips and core. Because right now, with the inflammation I have, it's like my spine and pelvis are like twisted and like compressed. So I need some kind of like decompressive, contractions through my musculature to align my skeleton a bit better. So, bear with me. See, it's a good thing I've got good, strong knees and ankles because I can still squat like this, no problem. All right. So this one's straight from Stuart McGill. It's basically I guess a low version of what is this called, Nick? I can't recall what this is called right now. Bird dog. Yeah, it's a low bird dog. So I like to start with just my legs first because that's like the easiest thing to do. I'm just gonna keep my foot on the ground and kind of just bring one back like that. And then from there, lift the opposite arm, really clench the fist and pack the shoulder. And then from here, I'm going to contract my glutes to lift that leg just slightly off the ground and hold for a few seconds, and then put it back. And same thing this way. Obviously do both sides. And I'm just using my knuckles right now because my wrists are sore from some hand balancing a few days ago. And that's all the motion you need, just like an inch off the ground with that back leg. And you should feel the glutes, the hamstrings, and the core, the midsection working, and things getting a little more aligned. And again, I'm only going to do 1 rep right now, but obviously you can do more repetitions than that. Let's check the chat for a second. Ring Chandler waving, what's up? Jacob, how's it going? Resurrection Training, McGill has simultaneously some of the greatest stuff, as well as some really outdated advice as well. These are awesome though, for sure. Yeah, what is the one exercise? I'm gonna walk around just to kind of promote some circulation here. Another important part of the healing process is kind of like doing as much as you can without pain. So even walking, and if you're walking like a fucking penguin like I am right now, it's better than sitting down. Yeah, what is that one exercise called? It's almost like a crunch, but like one leg is out and the other's bent. I never really felt anything from that one. That was part of his like big 3 or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. That one never felt that good to me. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. The curl up. Yeah, thanks, dude. That's what it's called. The curl up. Yeah, I don't know if I'm doing it wrong or just maybe that doesn't affect the kind of back pain I have. But that one does like nothing for me. Though I will say, like, he suggests side planks, and I feel like those definitely help. I did a couple side planks earlier today just from my knees, and it felt okay, but I think the bird dog is feeling better because it feels like my pelvis is like twisted, you know? So the bird dog will help kind of stabilize the pelvis, I think, better than any other exercise. Any kind of like contralateral plank type exercise is really good for like pelvic stability and core strength in general. I love any kind of contralateral movement or isometric, honestly. It just makes sense because that's like how we move through the world, like one step at a time. Right? We're not walking, we're not hopping around, you know. we're taking one step forward, one step back, having the arms swing with them. So it's like it just makes sense. It's how we walk, run, swim, climb, everything. So yeah, getting that contralateral core strength and limb movement, just it's smart. Let's see. Everyone's bodies are so individual, especially when it comes to back pain. Yeah, and back pain, dude, can be anything. Like for me, it seems to be like an acute injury of some sort, due to maybe some like chronic tightness or something I had going on that I wasn't quite aware of. And I think just loading up, especially like an overhead pattern, while in like a weird postural position, just like compress my spine weird or something. And yeah, I just felt it like crazy this morning. But I'm hoping, I am walking around, so I'm hoping like in a few days I'll be able to at least sit down, drive my car without pain. If I can get there, then I'm pretty happy. And then maybe in a week or something, I'll be actually doing some bodyweight squats or something. But yeah, back pain could be anything, dude. You definitely know. You get it worse than I do, for sure. In terms of chronic pain. It can be mental. It can be so many different types of muscles acting up, And everything in the body is connected to. Like I've even seen, I remember seeing a video. I think it was a old like Mark Bell video where a guy like massaged Mark's jaw and it like fixed his back pain. So there's all kinds of weird shit like that, man. You never really know. And I feel like there's no actual spinal expert out there that can tell you one way or the other. Like the best they can really do is like get you into certain positions and like try to assess what's going on, but at the end of the day it's like throwing darts at a fucking wall, you know? Yeah. Yeah, the nervous system is like too turned on or something. That's another thing that'll help back pain, and it's helped mine in the past too, is just parasympathetic breathing. Um, and I think my favorite one is like the box breathing, where you're like, you know, breathe into your belly, into your back, into your right side, left side. And I'll use the method where like you inhale through the nose for several seconds and then get like one last short inhale to kind of pack more air down into your diaphragm. Then you hold it for a few seconds and then expel it slowly, you know, slower than you inhale, and then hold the empty breath also for a few seconds. And that seems to at least like help expand the rib cage. And also just, I mean, you know, again, you're using like your diaphragm to breathe. And so you're promoting like circulation in the diaphragm and like everything around the diaphragm, including the low back, you know. So that's been pretty helpful and something I would definitely recommend to anybody, honestly. It's just a nice practice. I think everybody should be practicing some kind of breathing or meditation in general. Yeah, man, I have done Wim Hof before. I don't think I saw much of a benefit from it. It just kind of made me feel high, which I think is why most people do it. Like, I think the man himself is very impressive and interesting and can do some like pretty amazing things with his body. Like he has a certain control over his like nervous system and things that should be like automatic in the body, but he can like switch them on and off. But in terms of like the classic Wim Hof stuff of like 20 to 40 quick kind of breaths or whatever, followed by like an exhale and a hold of the empty breath, I never got much out of it, at least in terms of like pain relief. But it did get the endorphins going, which I guess can obviously relieve pain, and it can be just good for your mental health in general. But I don't know. I didn't like it as much as just regular ass meditative slow breathing. And the box breathing especially I find very relaxing and helpful. That's interesting that you found it helps. That's awesome, man. Yeah, keep doing it. Are you doing like the showers and stuff too, or like the you know, cold water, whatever, plunges or something? I did a little bit of that a long time ago too. Like I would take cold showers like every freaking morning, or even go outside in the winter. Like when I had a more private yard, I would pretty much just go out there like with nothing but like a robe on, totally just like free balling it in like 10-degree weather, you know, and just hang out until it started shivering, and go back inside, take like a hot bath after or something. Do the what's the term for that? Cold, hot, whatever. A redneck cold plunge. A trowel with water. Hey, it's better than a truck bed. Dude, I went to, God, this is so long ago. I can't even recall who the hell this was. When I was a kid, we would go to this dude's house, and his dad would put like a tarp in the bed of his like big ass pickup truck, and then he would fill it with like hose water. And we would get in and just like hang out in there. That's some redneck shit. Yeah, contrast therapy. Thank you. I couldn't think of the fucking term. Contrast therapy. Tell you what, I'm gonna go and do a little side plank, because I think these are worth doing too. I'm gonna be careful with it though. Yeah, well, this is in Georgia, like when I was a kid and growing up in like South Georgia. I only lived in Alabama as an adult for like 7 years. And I'm out now, dude. I'm back in freaking Georgia. Thank God. No offense to anybody in Alabama, but it kind of sucks there in general. Not a lot to do, not a lot going on. Alright, let's try a little freaking side plank. Oh, it's gonna be time for more ibuprofen here in a minute. Guess I'll show from here. I feel like I'm moving a little better. How was I doing this before? I think I was a little more extended. I'm gonna do it on my knees. What I like to do is, once I'm up here, like open up the legs too. And then also kind of like get my neck in line and try to like irradiate everything from the head down. And also I can kind of like pinch my side, breathe into it and hold that. And that feels pretty good too. Just a little bit of decompression technique there. This is gonna be the problem side. Oh, god damn. Whoa. Cool. My freaking quads are gonna be sore from all these freaking like Indian squats I'm doing. Hey, how's it going? Jotaro. Jotaro. Oh, let me show you something, Jotaro. So we got freaking Jotaro in here. I gotta show him. Where is it? Oh, you know what? I didn't do my damn laundry. Or I didn't put away my laundry because I'm a lazy asshole. Let me show you this though. Let me put a little. Let me hang this up first. Put the phone down for a second. Hang on. Too fucking complicated with one hand. Alright, this is all I wanted to show. Hell yeah. So there you go, Jotaro. Annie, I have no idea what you're talking about. That is true, though. You either do or you don't. What the heck, dude? I'm gonna do one more freaking bird dog. I feel like that's feeling the best for me right now. And I might try one more thing. Nick, I don't know if you're gonna stick around, but you can watch it later. This seems to help. Let me do this first. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. That's the best one, I think, dude. That's the best one. Alright, let's see how this shit feels. Where am I gonna do this though? I got all this crap in here. This is like this is our guest room, but it's full of boxes and Pokemon cards and crap I'm shipping later. Of course, right now I'm too hurt to freaking drive to the damn post office, so people have to wait at least one more day to get their cards. I also need more ink from a printer, which is annoying. But cheapest way to freaking mail things is to print your own labels. They'll charge you like 20% more at the post office, which is stupid. Here we go. Here's my freaking band. I can show this. Yeah, I think I can put my camera down here. I'll see how this feels. This ends up hurting for some reason. I won't do it, but I feel like in general it's a pretty good one for the back and the hips. It's gonna work internal hip rotation. So if you have like sciatica in particular, it can definitely help because like if your glutes get too tight and the glutes, turn off the gigantic hip filter. What are you talking about? But yeah, if the glutes get too tight and the glutes are what externally rotates the hips, then you want to do the opposite to kind of turn off the glutes a little bit and get a little more flexibility in the hips. So I got a foam roller, I got a light band. Might be a little hard to get this band on my feet right now, but let's see what's up. Oh yeah, dude. I can like barely lift my fucking leg. Makes me wonder if I like strained my hip flexors a little bit too. Something weird happened for sure. Alright, can barely see it, but I got the band around the ankles. I'm gonna squeeze this a little bit. And I'm gonna go both at once. You can also go one at a time, but essentially keep your legs squeezing this and pull the band apart. And I immediately feel that on the outside of the hip. Doesn't hurt. That's good. And honestly, dude, just hold this until your hips start to cramp. Oh, which for me is right there. That might make a difference with how your hips are moving. It's a, very simple but useful exercise. Yeah, man, it's pretty legit. I think, where did I see that first? I think it was on Instagram. It might have been like an ebook of the guy Range of Strength. Have you ever seen his stuff? I think he had an ebook where he was talking about some like internal rotation exercises, and that was one of them. But I'm pretty sure he went one side at a time. I don't think there's anything wrong with going both at once. I mean, it seems more efficient to me, right? Hey, how's it going? Assalam. Coffee Black over here making himself laugh. Here, is that better? Is that less of a gigantic head? That's a, hold it out like that. Yeah, check out that guy. He's got some pretty good stuff. Range of Strength. I don't know if he has a YouTube, but he's on Instagram, and he could probably, I think he has like a website or something, you know. But it's one of those it's one of those lifters that kind of like do the flexibility kind of lifts, you know. Like he'll hold a split with weights and stuff like that. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think that was what the ebook was for. It was for like learning the splits, and like internal rotation is a big part of that. I felt pretty decent. I'm definitely still waddling around, like check my gait out. Like this left leg in particular is freaking over here. Yeah, that one's more off. Whatever. It'll get better. It's almost time for another ibuprofen. Shit, that's like the real thing, dude. Right after some kind of like tweak or injury, just started blasting ibuprofen. I think I gotta wait maybe half an hour more, which is fine. I'm not hurting too bad right now. By the way, how is the quality of this video? Because I'm kind of walking around a lot. I don't know if I'm getting away from Wi-Fi. Hopefully it's not too skippy or laggy or anything. If it is, let me know. Oh. Some chill guy, where are you from? Curious. Anytime there's a Muslim in here, what country I'm, you know, what country am I visiting? Well, either way, might be about it. It's pretty much all the stuff I wanted to show. Let me show this, because you can tell almost how twisted I am right now. Let me find a freaking mirror. Oh, here we go. Here's the mirror. So if I'm just standing straight, you can actually see, I don't know if you can tell, like the pelvic shift is like that way, which is just the inflammation, right? Mostly being on my right side, so that tightens everything up. But that'll fix itself. And I imagine, like, I was probably a little like that to begin with, which is why I'm even having this back problem now. And doing like weighted ballistics, which is basically what kettlebells are, just exacerbated whatever like postural situation I've got going on. Rudy, come on. There he is. There he is. Alright, anyway. That's good enough. Appreciate everybody who dropped by. Hopefully some of this info will help somebody. That's about it. I'm hoping in a few days I'll be back to some normalcy, or at least have my mobility back in terms of like hinging my hips and stuff. I'm probably gonna leave the weights alone for a while. Whenever I'm like recovered enough, I'll probably do some body weight exercises, and I'll be sure to share those too at a later time. But for now, I'm chilling, and I'm happy that I'm at least walking around, didn't like hurt myself too bad. All right, y'all take care. Peace out. Later.